Good morning, Chillie Falls here with Chillie's Cruises with a update to travel and cruise industry news on Monday, July the 22nd, 2019. Just when things are looking up in San Juan, Puerto Rico, two more cruise ships have canceled their visits amid the protests for the resignation of Governor Ricardo Rosello. This continues into the ninth day of what have become very violent protests over the asking for the resignation of the governor. Uh, the things that made things look up a little bit yesterday, the two ships that are based in San Juan, the Freedom of the Seas, of course, Royal Caribbean, and Carnival Fascination, both landed, unloaded passengers, reloaded passengers, and sailed as scheduled. At the same time, we find out that MSC Seaside and Celebrity Equinox are skipping visits to San Juan today. That's on Monday, July the 22nd. The impact to this, financial impact, just from those two ships is estimated to be $1.3 million in revenues to San Juan. And of course, Puerto Rico still is suffering from the hurricanes of 2 years ago now. But it's just a sad situation. Yesterday, the governor, trying to improve situations, at least offered to not run again. I guess his term is up in the fall, and he is resigning from the head of the political party and has promised not to seek re-election. That's not enough for the protesters, and they continued with their ninth day of protests. The thing that makes today, the Monday, the July 22nd, particularly dangerous, according to the cruise line, is that the protesters have called for a national strike today. So they were scheduled to arrive in the this afternoon, and depart at 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. Tomorrow morning. And they'll just bypass Puerto Rico completely. So two more ships go down the road. The tourism board in Puerto Rico is trying to come up with alternatives that so far just won't work. Some other possible ports do not have the depth that most cruise ships require. And it just doesn't seem to be a good solution. And the problem with San Juan, those of you that have never been there, the port itself, where you land, is right in Old San Juan. You can see the governor's mansion from the port. And that's where the majority of these protests are taking place. So it's virtually impossible, if you were to get off of a cruise ship, not to be affected by what's going on. And of course, there's armed guards, or National Guard troops armed everywhere with tear gas and some somewhat short fuses from the information that I've been getting. But it's getting to be a very expensive proposition for Puerto Rico now. They're losing a lot of revenues. The president, of course, of the United States has called for the governor to resign, as have numerous other political and entertainment figures. It's estimated that there have been literally over 1 million people protesting at one time or another in San Juan since this started 9 days ago. We'll, of course, have updates on the situation But as it stands now, the two ships that were scheduled into San Juan today have canceled. They will go on to other ports on their itineraries. And a national strike day has been called in San Juan for later today. We'll update anything that we get coming across the wires later today. And of course, we'll be on the air live tomorrow morning. That's Tuesday at 10 a.m. for our regular live broadcast of travel and cruise industry news. As always, I post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you'd like to keep up with the latest in cruise ship ports of call, cruises themselves, interview shows, which are called Chillie Chats, and of course, 3 days a week, we do live travel and cruise industry news broadcast at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Join us anytime you like. So you can keep up with any of those. Just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification system so you'll be notified as soon as I go live with anything or I post a new video. And as always, we appreciate you guys joining us. As of today, we have 1,398, I believe it is, subscribers. So we'll probably go over 1,400 today. And excuse me, as always, appreciate a thumbs up if you like what we're doing, and a thumbs down if you don't like what we're doing. That just tells YouTube that you guys are paying attention. So that's it for now. This is Chillie with Chillie's Cruises. We'll talk to you with an update later on today if necessary. If not, we'll see you at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow morning. Later, y'all.